So I got a little issue here in the bathroom, in the shower. Now recently I did a little mod on the shower faucet. I needed to put an on-off switch to the shower head. And instead of buying a new shower head and fixtures, which I haven't done yet, I just did kind of a custom job. And it looked like it was successful. And now all of a sudden there's like no water pressure. So I got to do some troubleshooting. So I ran it last night. I had just a trickle of water. And so I'm thinking at this point either the modification I did is causing the problem. Maybe it's a low voltage situation coming from the battery, or the battery in general, or it's the water pump, or it's, what else could it be? Or I have a leak maybe, and it's sapping pressure out of the system. So let's go troubleshoot this, because whenever you troubleshoot you learn something. So here we go. Okay, step one, we're going to turn the water pump on. Water pump on. Okay, good pressure coming out of the sink. Good pressure coming out of sink too. Here's our... Now I've got what a lot of people have in their rigs is my water pump will turn on briefly. You know, the little and it just did it again. That tells you there's a leak somewhere, right? Somewhere. That's got to be tracked down, but look at that. Yeah, I got both faucets on, hot and cold. Okay. And that's what I'm getting. I just put this Frankenstein thing in here with a little quarter turn on off. And so, that could be the culprit. Although when I first put it in, I had pretty good pressure when I first tested it. I just turned the engine on, and my voltmeter's saying I got 13.9 volts. That should be cranking. This water pump. Still getting a trickle. Right? Little shot there. Well, I suppose there could be a leak somewhere in the plumbing on the shower side somewhere, but before I start trying to track that down, I'm just going to take this fixture off and put it like it was before and test it. It's kind of funny looking, isn't it? I've been having nothing but trouble with my faucet. Oh, let me get the water pump off here. Hold on. I need to just replace this whole thing, but I'm just not ready to yet. Too many other things on the to-do list. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Should be good and tight. Well, something's clearly up. We got the faucet going full blast. Okay, so where does that leave me here? I've got good pressure at both other faucets, just that one. I think I've ruled out the voltage issue. So now I'm just thinking, I mean, if the water pump was bad, I would see it evidence of that at the other faucets. So now, and if I had a leak, the water pump would be on. I mean, if I had a leak bad enough to give me that kind of water flow, I'm pretty sure the water pump would just be on. But I'm going to have to look around, start sniffing around, and see if everything looks good. And after that, boy, talk about a head scratcher. Had good water pressure before. Maybe there is a obstruction in the shower hose somewhere. Not likely, but I gotta check that out too. So, guess as good as mine right now. I checked everywhere I know to check, and I don't see any leaks anywhere. The water pump I'm getting a chug out of it about every 5 minutes or so, but that's how it was before anyway. So the only thing I can think of now, there's this little valve in here. It's I forget what it's called. It's called something. And I wonder if it just ain't setting there right or something. I got it in there super tight because I got a leak down here. That's what started all this. Oh, I shouldn't do this. Ooh, don't do this. Those are threaded. Maybe it's in there too tight or something. Because I really cinched it down trying to get this to stop leaking. No change. Well, this is kind of getting mysterious now. Well, that doesn't seem like there's anything obstructing this. Well, I'll be. I had taken, I think I took this apart. I might not have put the little piece in there back right. There's a little part in question. Yeah, there's a little piece that comes out here. There's a little diaphragm in there, a little rubber diaphragm. It's slotted, it only goes in one way. But there's this little fin. And I don't know exactly where that fin's supposed to go. It goes this way or sideways. I'm just kind of guessing here because the water flow comes up on this, it's not centered. So, and the diaphragm seems to be rising at that narrower side. So maybe the hole needs to be there specifically. So I'm going to orient this way. Well, I got it working a little better. It's pulsating with the pump. I get some flow. Before, if I had both faucet knobs on all the way or close to all the way, the pump would just kick on and just be a constant flow, and it was like a real shower stream. I ain't got that now. It seems like it was mostly messing with that little fitting that did it, but I mean, I tried changing that little fin. I flipped it around a couple different ways and didn't seem to make much of a difference. So I don't know. It's usable, but that's not good enough. It's got to work right. It's the rig, man. Everything's got to work, if at all possible. This is an interesting one. This has got me duped a little bit. So now I just got to sit and think about it. So then it hit me, what about the shower head? I was messing around with it before. It's got a couple little dials in the back. They don't seem to do anything, and there's no on-off. That's why I want to replace this. But I did have this collar, this part of it really tight, so I loosened it up a little bit. It's still pulsating, but it's way better than it was. I'm going to start off by just taking the shower head off and seeing what the flow is without that. I mean, there's good water flow. Look, and the pump's just staying on. It's got to be the shower head. I guess it could be clogged up in there. It doesn't feel like it's got good flow. I'm just blowing in this thing. It feels restricted. got holes in it, and it looks all gummed up to me. Maybe this just needs to be cleaned. Oh, I can see it. That looks pretty good. That's flowing better. Alright, we have success. Nice strong flow. And the pump is running constant, not surging. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, success. So if your RV shower has got low water pressure, check the shower head first. Take it apart, look at the little gasket inside, see if it's gummed up. Mine was, and that sure seems to be the problem. Flowing really good now. So I'm not going to mess with anything else. I'm just going to run it for a while and see how things go. So there you go. Check that first, and don't do what I did and check everything except that. But that's how it is sometimes. That's just how it is sometimes. So anyway, RV nut out. We'll see you RV nuts out there as we rig it up.